Alyssa Milano. Alyssa Milano, very excitable left-wing figure and actress. She just took to Twitter to beg her many followers for money for her kids' baseball team. Tweets out a GoFundMe. My son's baseball team is raising money for their Cooperstown trip, Baseball Hall of Fame. Any amount would be so greatly appreciated. You can read more about the team and make a donation here. Okay. Got almost 12 million views. It's a bad look. It's a bad look because Alyssa Milano is really, really rich. Unless she's completely mishandled her money, Alyssa Milano has made millions and millions, probably tens of millions of dollars over the course of her life. And she doesn't need to be begging her followers to chip in a penny. This is not a good look. This is annoying when people do this around the office. It's luckily no one does it here because the average age at this company is like 12. But I remember this would happen to my mother's office as a kid. All around the schools say, "Hey, sell wrapping paper," or "Hey, sell this thing or that thing" to raise money for a field trip. And then you give it to your parents, and your parents go around the office and they say, "Would you mind donating to my kid's school thing?" And it never ends. Okay, well, it's bad enough when it's just a regular middle-class person in an office. Alyssa Milano is a very famous, very wealthy Hollywood celebrity. Not a good look. Very famous, very wealthy Hollywood celebrities should be donating, not just to their kids' baseball teams, but to other charities as well. I don't know what her charitable giving looks like, but it's really bad for wealthy, powerful people to be spending around GoFundMes. It represents a fundamental shift in our country where, to quote John Kennedy, people no longer ask what they can do for their country. Instead, they ask what their country can do for them. They treat their country just like Ilhan Omar treats her country. It's just an instrument for one's personal interests and other loyalties and other sympathies. It's not good. Both the left and the right have lost a conception of the common good and of giving of themselves to their community, to even have a community to which they can be loyal. We deny that in our age of radical individualism and radical liberalism. But if you don't do that, if you don't give to your community, then you're not going to be able to construct anything. You're not going to be able to build. The only thing you're going to leave to your children is an inheritance of debt and a country in rubble. Got to change that thinking. Right now, go to woketearswater.com. Are you sick of companies trying to turn you into a big lib? Seems that wokeism is everywhere. It's in the air we breathe. It's even in the water that we drink. That is why there is a new hydration brand out there with a mission to save America from the brave new woke world, one sip at a time. Woke Tears Water is an American brand that is making hydration great again. Woke Tears Water is a legitimate brand of drinking water bottled right here in the US of A by people who know what a woman is. Made from pure snowflake meltdowns, Woke Tears doesn't see color. In fact, the water identifies as the most transparent in the world, while everyone else's water is just water. Woke Tears provides a refreshing gulp of laughter in a world thirsty for sanity. Not only will drinking Woke Tears water keep you hydrated, but you will always have a conversation starter as well. If you want to try Woke Tears water, you do, obviously. Go to woketearswater.com. Indulge today in laughter and hydration, two of the very most important things in life. woketearswater.com today. An abortion doula just gave a lecture at the Catholic University of America. I was disinvited from a Catholic university called the University of St. Thomas because I don't believe in. I was just disinvited from the University of St. Thomas twice, actually, I think, because I believe in Catholicism and Catholic teachings on these questions, the completely unchanged, consistent Catholic teaching of 2,000 years. That's why they disinvited me. And now we have a Catholic university inviting an abortion doula. What's an abortion doula? An abortion doula is like a doula, and a doula is just a hippie term for a midwife, nanny, helper, who will help a woman as she's giving birth to a baby, and then in the early days, while the newborn is nice and fresh, and the mother's trying to sleep, a doula can help out then. Well, an abortion doula is like that, except for killing the babies. And this abortion doula, she spoke on her experiences coaching women through delivering or aborting babies, as well as coaching pregnant men to deliver in what she referred to as a seahorse birth. This is according to audio of the lecture obtained by the Daily Signal. She also practices Reiki, which is an occult practice that involves demons. So she does that. Catholic University. Her name is, the woman who invited her, rather, is Melissa Goldberg. She is a psychology lecturer at Catholic University. The doula's name is Rachel Carbonneau. Sounds kind of voodoo-y. And this was for Psychology 379 Lifespan Development. So one of the students, a nursing student named Felipe Avila, said it was really upsetting. The fundamental point is to understand human development from conception to natural death, right? And they brought in someone who counsels women to terminate life. What's that about? It's crazy. It's actually destructive to their, if you go to Catholic University, you are supposed to be receiving a Catholic education. This contradicts the Catholic education. This confuses the Catholic education. Bringing in this woman to speak harms the education of students. It doesn't really help it at all, other than perhaps to expose them to just how radically depraved the culture has become outside of Catholic thinking. But the libertarians aren't going to like my suggestion here that maybe CUA should cancel these kinds of people. What the question you got to ask yourself is, what's the point of education? Is the point of education to just hear everything, man? Just open your mind up, to everything. Look, I am the most canceled speaker in America of 2023 per the Foundation for Individual Rights and Education. Okay? I know what I'm talking about here. And I totally defend the right of certain schools to exclude certain speakers. If you send your kid to Communist Academy, it's probably not a good idea to invite me to speak there. The parents and the kids are paying to be indoctrinated into communism and to have a communist ideology, and I'm going to contradict that. Probably not a great idea. Now, I think I should still probably go because communism is false and there is such a thing as truth and we can know about it and we should prefer truth to falsehood. But that's what we're talking about here. I was talking to my friend Yoram Hazony, the Israeli philosopher, who called my attention to a phrase that slipped into our culture that I think is just so... It didn't even occur to me how bad this phrase is. The phrase is critical thinking. You hear it sometimes, educators, even on the right, they'll say, we don't want to teach our students what to think, only how to think. As if you could do one without the other. As if you could ever know how to think without knowing specific things to think. 2 + 2 = 4. Murder is bad, whatever. But he said this phrase, critical thinking. Why do we have all this critical thinking? Whatever happened to constructive thinking? Constructive thinking is when you learn a thing and then you build on that. And then you build on that, you build on that, and eventually you have an edifice of knowledge before you. Critical thinking just pokes holes in everything. It seems related to critical theory, critical studies, just debunking and deconstructing and tearing everything down to the point that by the time you graduate, you're dumber than when you went in. There was a survey, it came out a while ago now, I think from ISI, 2007, that showed that students at elite colleges in America got dumber the longer they attended. That graduating seniors knew less about history and civics than incoming freshmen. That's critical thinking for you. That's deconstruction. I like constructive thinking, and I like banning speakers who are harmful to education. Man, what a great clip that was. Now, hold up, ring that bell, subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel, and we will see you next time.